I was going to rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me.
Another edition of the Box Talk. It's the end of 2014, so I wouldn't say review. We're going to just give a couple awards, shout outs for the best things of this year. So let's go with Ade. Fight of the year. Fighter of the year first.
Fight of the year. Look, there are a few. There are a few guys in there. I mean, GGG had a great year. Mm-hmm. Yeah, GG had a great 18 months, but he had a great year. 3 fights, 3 knockouts. Can't fuck with that really, can you? No. You know what I mean? He's not fighting bums either. I mean, we're talking Daniel Gill, Rubio. Yeah. I forget the guy before Gill.
Didn't he fight a guy like in Monaco?
Yeah, I can't remember who it was. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, look, he's arrived. He's done well. Sergey Kovalev. Yep. Again, 3 fights.
Yeah, 3 or 2?
3. Caparello.
Caparello.
Yeah, and I can't remember who else he fought. Light skinned guy. I can't remember.
You're right. Yeah.
No, I can't remember. And obviously, what he done to Hopkins, no one's ever done. No one's ever done that to Hopkins. You know what I mean? Yes, it's Hopkins 49, 50, whatever. Regardless, it's still better Hopkins, and Hopkins could beat 90% of other light heavyweights out there. Yeah. So to do that, but let's be honest, there's only one person that can get this Fight of the Year award for me, and that's Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford for me, Fight of the Year. And it's because you arrive. Look, winning a world title is one thing. Winning a world title on away soil is probably the toughest thing you can do in boxing. Winning a world title by not knocking a guy, by outboxing the guy, is probably the second toughest thing you can do, and he done that. But then you don't just do that. You then got to come home and you then got to cement that for me. You beat Gamboa. And you just beat him, you destroyed Gamboa. Gamboa was supposed to be the mini Mike Tyson. Yeah. Yes, Gamboa might have been a blown up super featherweight. Regardless, he's the mini Mike Tyson. And then you go and do that by completely dominating Ray Beltran. That's the way to kind of finish a year for me. Yeah, I say dominating, but every fight the rounds were close, but he outboxed him and showed what he could do in a stretch. So we're talking Ricky Burns away from home. We're talking Gamboa. We're talking Ray Beltran. Yeah. Terence Crawford is my fight of the year.
I agree. And well put. There was a lot of good fighters this year. A lot of guys that could have made a name for themselves. And when you talk about fight of the year, you have to start being not overly critical. Yeah. But you have to look at the actual facts of what the person actually done. Yeah. And this is why I thought Colbert. I was saying, everyone knows I'm a Hopkins fan, big Hopkins fan. I thought the way you dominated Hopkins, the way you beat Hopkins, you should be fight of the year. But then I thought, like I said, the Blake Caparello fight, it was not a marquee name. It was, I'm trying to say, it was a knockout. I'm trying to say he got dropped in the first round. Yeah. The other guy he fought, I think it was the
seventh round. Get dropped in that fight.
Yeah, he did get dropped.
He did, didn't
he? He got dropped in the first round. And you have to be a little bit more critical of the performances. I mean, same thing, you look at GGG again, blowing guys out, looking dominant. But again,
that fight in Monaco.
I've actually forgot about that fight.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, there's so much things you can say. I mean, you can even put in Amir Khan and say, look what Amir Khan's done. I'm trying to say. And
if there's the top 5, Amir Khan could be stretching that.
Amir Khan's got a legitimate shot at being fight of the year. I mean, he was supposed to lose to Collazo. Yeah, he was supposed to lose to Collazo. Comeback of the year.
That's what people see. People don't believe this show just off the cuff. Yeah. People think this is written down. He's asked me to come back here and I'm like, damn, didn't know he was gonna ask that one. Comeback of the year. You know what? Just off the top of my head, I'm going Amir Khan. I'm gonna go Amir Khan for comeback of the year.
That's what I've got as well.
Amir Khan, after let's be honest, the Lamont Peterson, then the Danny Garcia knockout. I mean, Carl Froch was on video saying, that kid should retire. He should be, he done. And then he had a couple of like lukewarm fights against Julio Diaz, and he fought. I can't remember who else he fought. Melina. I think everyone was like, why is he fighting these kind of small guys? Luis Collazo fight. We both kind of said, what's he doing? Yeah, Luis Collazo is a big 147 pounder. A legit top 15, scraping top 10. Yeah, dominated.
Here's the reason why Amir Khan has the comeback of the year, and you touched on the points I like as well. But here's the thing that does it. 18 months ago, Amir Khan was throwing the bin. 18 months ago, he was throwing the bin. It's over. It's done. End of 2013, beginning of 2014, I said Amir Khan's wasted a whole year. Counting the Devin Alexander fight, sitting out waiting for Mayweather, praying, begging, kissing ass to get the Mayweather fight.
Yeah.
I like,
Didn't
Ahmed
deserve
Khan,
it.
what are you doing? I'm trying to say, you wait. Now he's legitimately #1 contender, the fight I want to see, and I tell you right now, I'm gonna get some stick for it. He's got a shot.
Shot what?
To upset the apple cart.
Who's apple cart?
You heard what I said, yeah? He's got a shot to have it. He's made himself a major player within 2 fights.
Yeah, no,
yeah?
You're right. That's why he's come back here.
He was in the bin, piece of rubbish, now he's #1.
Fight of the year.
Fight of the year. And this is gonna be a tough one as well.
Can we move on to the next one so I can come back on this?
I'll give you my fight of the year while you can think about it. My fight of the year for this year is Crawford Beltran. Sorry, Crawford Gamboa. And I'll tell you why it's my fight of the year. Most fights, me adding the guys with the crew, we watch the fights together. And you fall into the build-up, you fall into the hype, and you actually get into the fight. Crawford Gamboa is one of the few fights that we didn't watch together. And I watched it first thing in the morning, about 7 o'clock in the morning while the kids are having breakfast. And by 7:30, I woke up the missus. Yeah? That fight, watched it sitting down, was expecting a good fight, got me drawn in. I was like, what? I kept jumping up, kids were laughing at me. That fight sucked me in. Tremendous fight, tremendous performance, boxing, slugging, knockdowns, get-ups, good stoppage. It was like, yeah, that was a fight. There was good contenders. Kamagai versus Guerrero was a good fight. Molina versus Matisse was a good fight.
No, that's it.
That was a great fight. No, wait. Those are great fights, yeah.
No.
But none of those fights pulled me in. No. Not that someone's got a rope and they're drawing you in.
Molina Matisse.
That fight pulled me in. That fight pulled me in, mate.
Molina Matisse is fight of the year. 110%. Molina Matisse. Look, Matisse is supposed to be this beast from the East.
Yeah.
That no one can touch. East Argentina. Molina Matisse was such a fight.
It was a good fight.
People watch it. I can understand the Beltran Crawford. I mean, so the Crawford Gamboa one, because I almost like my fight of the year to be, even like marquee names. I don't know why. It's probably wrong, but I like that because you know sometimes with the marquee names, you almost they become chess matches. These guys went straight at it, and I can understand why you'd say it, especially because Crawford's considered a boxer, and he showed that he can slug it as well.
Do you remember Khan versus Amir Mansour?
Yes.
That was a very good fight as well. That was a very good fight as well. And I'm trying to say, so there was a lot of good fights this year. It's hard to call. Know what I mean? Yeah. And like, I'm not going to be some of the lightweight guys as well. Guys that I can't pronounce their name put on some incredible performances.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's some good fights this year. Very good fights this year. All right then. UK Promoter of the Year.
UK Promoter of the Year. Why are we not just doing Promoter of the Year?
Because 2 sides of the pond.
Okay.
Okay, not UK. European Promoter of the Year. Germany, Europe, England.
It has to be Eddie Hearn. It just has to be. You know, you look at it. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, you've got a few of the small hall show ones. You know, the Goodwins. You've got Dave Coldwell. You got Frank Warren. Obviously, not small. Frank Warren. You got Sauerland brothers. Eddie Hearn, purely based on that Wembley show. And what he's done with Froch Groves 2 was ridiculous. In terms of just, I mean, we watched it in the pub. Come on, it was everything. The build. I mean, we were like shaking like that. Oh my god, he got us. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes fights don't do that. It literally had every single human being divided. 80,000. The whole event was proper for me. The build up, the Johnny Nelson interviews. I think Sky done such a good job. But not only that. I mean, we talked about Brooke getting a chance, and he got Brooke to America and won that fight. He's taken some stick with some other shows and still come back. And finally, we are seeing big shows to rival American shows. Not just to forget the Wembley Arena, I mean Wembley Stadium. We're seeing Liverpool shows 10,000 sellouts, O2 Arena 15,000 sellouts. He's done that. He's pretty much done that. So I'm going for Eddie Hearn.
I'm going to go with the flip side of the coin. I'm going for Frank Warren.
Okay.
Eddie Hearn's provided good shows. No, he's provided good names.
Yes.
Not good shows.
Okay.
As much as I've enjoyed his main events.
Yes.
But I've been upset with the undercards. Stacking cards with names don't make good cards.
Okay.
And that's the reason why. Great promoter, give him credit. He comes second for me. Frank Warren, strictly on that. I've enjoyed more Frank Warren cards top to bottom this year. I.e., I come on Box Nation at 7 o'clock. All these guys you never heard of, all these young guys coming up. I watch them from beginning to end from 7 o'clock in the evening, 6 o'clock in the evening till 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't switch the channel, I don't change my mind, I don't go toilet, I don't make tea, I don't do nothing except sit down and watch the fights.
To know about your toilet
The point I'm making is, is that that's what I prefer about boxing.
You know, I agree with you, and I'm not going to change my mind, but I will agree with you in the sense that he doesn't seem, Frank Warren doesn't seem, at the moment, I think he did before, but at the moment he doesn't seem to let any of his so-called favourite fighters get a loss on their record. Yeah. There's fighters on his record, I mean on his resume that he's promoting that are getting losses. Yeah. And that means he's putting him in against 50-50 competition fights. Frankie Gavin, Bradley Skeet was one of them. Yeah. Bradley Skeet could easily have gone the other way. Frankie Gavin, boom.
Let's be honest, how many times have we been at your house, watching the boxing, and we go, let's get some food, let's go get a drink, or let's go whatever. Yeah. And we drive for 25 minutes, come back, and carry watching the fight again.
Yeah, we don't
US Promoter of the Year.
Only one winner here. Only one winner.
If you get it right,
I'm gonna get it right. That's not right. It's my.
Let's see who you got.
There's only one. Look, America's got so many now. Big ones, as the biggest. But there's only one promoter that for me deserves Promoter of the Year, and that's Cafe Duva.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you. That's why we're Box Talk.
Bro.
That's why we're Box Talk. Bro. That's why we're Box Talk.
Bro. Yeah.
Cafe Duva they've literally tried to bury her. Yeah. Bury her with the Stevenson thing, with now Al Heyman taking away the contract that she's got. And you know what? She just keeps on going.
She works with every TV company. She works with every promoter. She's made a marquee star out of Kovalev.
Let's be honest, she's a woman.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, her husband was built it with her before, but she's a woman in a man's world.
She's gone Canada. She's come back to America. She's gone over here. Give her credit.
I saw an interview with her when she was with Kovalev. Yeah. And she was sitting down on the table and she kind of whispered to him that you win this fight, you're going to get the Hopkins fight. Yeah. And it almost was like mother telling son that you've done well. And Kovalev's her only real marquee name she's got now, and she still delivers. I know
nothing about the infrastructure of Golden Boy or Top Rank, but I guarantee they will have maybe 100 staff. Yeah. At least. Know what I mean?
You see her in a little office.
They got big offices and got whatever, I mean, in some big plaza or wherever. Cafe Duva's got like 7 people.
Yeah.
In a house converted office. Yeah. Amazing.
You gotta love it, and you gotta love it. You just gotta love it. And the way now she's getting the Pascal fight, she's just. It's almost like she's got a couple of marquee names, but she's working with those, and it shows you don't need a stable of 1,000 fighters like Al Heyman do. You need a couple of marquee, and she's working with them, and you can almost get that personal relationship. Yeah, she seems like she's got a personal relationship with these guys. With the others, just seem like they stand in the ring, and as soon as they fight's over, they just go, you go. She seems like she's got a relationship. Exactly. I love Cafe Duva.
Yeah, knockout of the year.
Yeah, I know you're gonna go. You really kind of, we spoke about this one about a couple weeks back. Look, you know, I'm an athlete, people. I might not look like it anymore, but there was once when I had a 6-pack and I was everything. Yeah, I was an athlete. And I used to play basketball, I used to play football, I used to athletics. I used to, in basketball, I'll get to where I'm going with this in a minute. It might take a while. In football, I used to overhead kicks, 3-pointers in front of 20, 30 people, no one watching. Can get no credit for it. Ronaldo does it in front of 67,000 people, everyone goes crazy. Sometimes it's about delivering for me on the biggest stage possible. When Carl Froch landed that, what he calls punch from the gods against George Groves, to end all arguments, this is an argument that's been brewing for a year and a half. Yeah. If you ask any boxer in the world, if you could end it that way, they'll say, yeah, I want to end it in front of 15 million viewers worldwide, 80,000 people in the stadium, and I'm gonna knock this kid out. You couldn't beat it. And sometimes it might not be the knockout of the year, but for me it's the knockout of the year because it was the stage, it was everything surrounding it, it was everything about that knockout. You couldn't beat. You just couldn't beat. The way to shut up your nemesis, put him down with, and his leg twisted at the bottom, the leg can't beat it for me. That is knockout of the year.
Okay. Alright then, that's your knockout of the year. Okay, my knockout of the year, for artists, I'm an athlete too. I'm a better athlete than you.
Whatever. Yeah, well, we're gonna race.
I got more trophies than you.
You got more trophies.
Yeah, I got more trophies than you.
Your trophies.
Yeah. Let's go. You won yours on eBay.
Best offer.
The best knockout of the year for me, hands down, is Amir Mansour versus that guy who I don't know his name.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem for me.
I don't care.
Know who he is.
I don't care. Yeah. We can put this knockout individual, please.
I'll see if I can find it.
Listen, yeah. If you Amir Mansour KO, and you will find this guy go to sleep
in front of 20 people.
This guy went to sleep so bad. Knowing that a building collapses and it just kind of just falls down. Yeah. This guy went limp.
Yeah.
straight down onto his bottom lip, forehead, face, and just his body kind of flattened out like that.
It did. I
completely.
Agree.
It was, I think it was the 8th round.
I think it was the 8th round. Same with George Groves, Carl Froch.
Yeah, 8th round. I'm trying to say that might be the round of the year for every fight. 8th round. But tremendous, amazing one-punch knockout, and it's the heavyweight. So you know when they put you out,
they put you out. All right, finally, prospect of the year.
Ooh,
yeah, that was coming. Finally, prospect of the year. Who is the man that kind of came from, I won't say nowhere, but who is your prospect of the year? 2000.
My prospect of the year, I call him the Wolf, aka the Vampire, aka Arthur Bertie BVF.
Yeah, you can't pronounce his name, can we? We still can't pronounce his name.
Chris Ivan. I hope I get it right.
Yeah. Chris is the one that kind of says, yeah. That's your prospect.
That's my prospect of the year. I don't think any fighter. Okay, him and Lomachenko both proved points about having the great amateur backgrounds and coming in and doing what they're doing. Lomachenko had a good year, but you know he had the loss. He then beat who did he beat for the world title again? You know the guy I'm talking about. Gary Russell Jr. Gary Russell, yeah, is one thing, but Bertabiev came out, knocked the living hell out of world champion Trevorrow's Cloud. Yeah, and for me that gives him the edge. It's not just the boxing ability; it's the way you're doing it.
Yeah, there's something about that werewolf Bertabiev.
Yeah,
he just looks. Yeah, look, he's calling that Kovalev already.
Yeah, that's what
he's calling that the guy that everyone's running away from. He's like, give me him now.
Yeah,
and like you say, he beat a legit former, I think, IBF world champion in terms of Trevorrow's Cloud. Not people. If you haven't seen that fight, watch it. People might say, Cloud's damaged goods, whatever, blah blah blah. Not really. He destroyed Trevorrow's Cloud.
I tell you what,
Andy Joshua's one as well, by the way. And Joshua,
I know he gets a good shout.
Yeah.
Definitely gets a good shout for it. Know what I mean? But I like that to be a
loser of the year. We got what? Stevenson, Al Heyman,
Danny Garcia.
Yeah, the whole camp. Al Heyman camp.
Yeah, no, but what they've done this year, I mean, especially Danny Garcia. I mean, disappointed.
I don't think any other losers in boxing this year. Richard Schaefer? No, I'm joking. I don't really know that. That's it, guys. Look, get yours in. I mean, have we missed any? Get yours in. Upset of the year, fight of the year, knockout of the year. I think we agreed on a few.
We agreed on a few,
but we're different than others. Promoter of the year, we were different.
Yeah,
knockout of the year, we're different. Go on, all right. Honestly,
come on.
Carl Froch or Amir Mansour.
Forget the event. Look at the punch.
Look at the punch.
Look at the punch.
Don't look at how the guy sleeps. Look at the punch.
Look at the punch.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching our end of year award show. We didn't do one last year, did we? So this is the first one.
Yeah, first one.
Tell us what you think. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. Email us your thoughts at
boxtalk@hotmail.co.uk, and don't get to post on Twitter at boxtalkuk, and now Instagram at boxtalk_1.
Yeah, and don't forget to subscribe as well. I wanted 1,000 before end of December. I think it's like 1,100.
Yeah, it's going to do a bit.
So thank you so much for that. Probably last show of the year.
Yep, last show of the year.
So everyone have a good Christmas. Stuff your faces.
Stuff your faces. Put some weight on. Drink some drink.
Yeah,
Happy
boy.
New Year.
Get that drink in.
And I've got the Remy V.
You got the Remy V? He has got the Remy V. So we're going to drink, get drunk, and come back for New Year for 2015 for boxing. So thanks for watching us for the whole year. Thank you. Cheers.